sing a happy song together, and we'll all be a happy family.
Right, hi and welcome back to the channel. Looking again at this Sony. So there's the newly repaired speaker. Now, it originally was glued on the inside and stuck with the card onto here, and of course the glue partly rotted away, and the speaker must have been attacked by dampness or perhaps even tiny insects or something. So part of it stayed stuck to there and the other part remained on this side. So what I want to do is to try and secure it, not by sticking the cardboard to the plastic, but to actually stick a line of glue around the edge, sticking the metal to the plastic so that it will be held firmly in place, but without any risk of it being pulled apart. This is magnetic, obviously, and it tends to stick to to this, and that will pull the speaker up if it's not stuck down as it should be. So that's my plan, is to mix up some glue and then stick the speaker down around the edge. I'll mix up some of this glue, which is adhesive and hardener, which you mix in equal quantities, and then apply it around the edges. So let's see if I can get this in a position where we can see. A little bit out of shot there. Let's bring it back up. Okay, so I'll mix some glue up, and then we'll see how well it works. Should be fairly straightforward, I hope. Move this one out of the way. It says rapid, but I always leave it a long time to set. So there's a small amount of that. Tend to waste a lot of it because I tend to mix more than I need. But that's probably better than doing part of it and then having to start again. Right, so that's the adhesive itself, and then roughly equal quantity of hardener. And give that a firm mixing. Right. So I'd probably just tack it in a few places around the edge. Hopefully the glue won't get in the way, but if it does, I'll get the Dremel and take small bits off. I'll get a good old stir up here. Make sure it's well mixed in. Well, I found this glue fairly effective. I mean, it's very similar to many of the other makes you can get, and this is quite a common one in the UK anyway, Araldite, and it used to be only available as a very long setting time, but now we can get these rapid versions. So let's see how we get on. So I just want to tack it around the edges here, and I'm hoping that if I do that, it will be sufficient to hold it. And I think it would be possible to cut through it to get the speaker out if ever I had to, but hopefully it would never have to come out. I don't want to get glue in the middle part, so I we turn that round, come at it from this side. And it does go off fairly quick, but I like to leave it setting. I obviously can't clamp this or anything, so I just have to hope it is sufficiently strong. When I'm standing doing these things, my back always manages to start twinging. Right, that's the trouble with getting old. A bit too much on that bit. So the idea being that it won't pull away the cone from the speaker frame if the glue didn't hold very well. It would still come out in one piece. It should be fairly firmly held around the sides, I think, like this, sufficiently attached at enough points. It may not look terribly pretty, but it's not going to be seen, really, is it? Apart from on my video. But once it's back together, hopefully won't have to see the light of day for a long time. Yes, I'm very much aware that when you do these things, you think it's going to be fine and it doesn't fit together for some unforeseen reason, so let's just hope. Right, okay, I think that will be fairly sufficient to hold that in place. So we'll see how it goes from there. Right, let's glue that. Now, the next thing I'm going to have to tackle, if we put this out of the way, I've been quite fortunate with this one. I haven't found significant corrosion elsewhere, apart from the battery compartment. There were some bits I thought looked a bit bad, but they weren't. So it's just these terminals that I'm going to clean up thoroughly with, make sure I use some vinegar, which I think I've already done a little bit. Make sure there's no corrosive substance there. And then give them a good clean up with a fibre pen and Dremel type tools or whatever I find I need to use. I don't think that's going to be terribly interesting to watch, but also want to try and clean up this battery compartment here, and there's two terminals here, and they just join together to link these two batteries at this end. That should it should then be okay. I think it worked quite well. I think what I'll do is clean up the terminals and then come back and reassemble this. So I'll leave it at that point for now. So thanks for watching, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
Sing a happy song together, fill the air with harmony. Sing a happy song together, that's the song to choose. For pushing away the blues, keep the heartstrings throbbing, and the good times coming. It will keep on humming.